Right. Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Municipal Financial Recovery Advisory Committee on today, Tuesday, October 13th, 2020 at 1 p.m. I guess for the purpose of this, I can take my mask off. All right. So we are here. I'll briefly read over the ordinance or the act that brings this body together. The Municipal Financial Recoveries Act of the state, also known as Act 47, is intended to assist municipalities in avoiding financial distress. More specifically, we're following the guidance under Chapter 7, Receivership in Municipalities. And Section 711 speaks to the Advisory Committee. The establishment of the committee is to meet and consult with the receiver in carrying out the duties under this chapter. The sole function of the advisory committee shall be to provide recommendations and feedback to the receiver on the implementation of the recovery plan. The committee is established under subsection A, shall be comprised of the chief executive officer of the distressed municipality or his designee, the president of the governing body of the distressed municipality or his or her designee, one member appointed by the county commissioners of the county where the distressed municipality is located, and one member appointed by the governor. The members of the advisory committee shall receive no compensation for their services. The committee shall meet with the receiver at least twice per month to discuss the recovery plan. Meetings of the advisory committee shall be in accordance with the state law concerning open meetings. And the receiver shall consult with the advisory committee prior to exercising any of the powers under Section 706A, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And this committee shall terminate in conjunction with the expiration of the receivership as provided for under Section 710. All right, so with all that, I'd like to call this meeting to order. And our first item of business is to approve the minutes from the September 29th, 2020 meeting. I think a copy of those minutes were circulated via email. Are there any corrections, additions, omissions, anything to address in those minutes? All right, hearing none, I'll call for a motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Thank you, and we have a chair, second as well.
I'm sorry.
All right, thank you for that. So we will, we have a motion and a second. I guess we put the matter to a vote. All members in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed have the same right. Hearing none, the minutes from September 29th are approved. The next item for the agenda we have is a status on the receiver's recovery plan. And for that, I'd like to turn it over to my Chief of Staff, Vijay Kapoor.
Thank you, Mr. Receiver. Thank you, members of the committee. I have a short update for you on the recovery plan. As you all know, we are still awaiting court approval from Commonwealth Court on the plan. We filed this back in August. The court has up until, by my count, up until October 19th, by which they need to, it needs to make a decision on that. So we're hopeful to hear that later this week, and we'll certainly provide that information to you all as soon as we do hear. Our main focus over the past couple of weeks has really been on the 2020 finances and and preparing for the 2021 budget. Our financial consultant, PFM, has been working with the city's finance department to better understand some of the city's finances, better understand the revenue projections, as well as the expenditure projections, again, in a very, very strange time that all of us are experiencing. So we expect to have kind of a much more substantive update for you all at the next meeting, which will be on, I believe, October 27th. That I think we'll go into a little more detail in terms of what we're seeing with respect to the finances, what we are projecting for 2021. We're just not at a point right now where we think it's you know, we're at a point right now where we feel that we can share that yet. The final thing that I will note.
We look forward to hearing from you, and please check it out. The other item I wanted to say, or just to continue to say, is thank yous to the many stakeholders, city administration included, for the hospitality that we've received thus far. These matters can become very contentious, but that hasn't been the case as of yet. I'll say, as we continue to work through some very difficult and challenging agenda items. I just want to say again and publicly thank you to the City of Chester for receiving us, receiving the receiver with open arms, and not giving us the cold shoulder just yet. And then the last item I have is the following up on VJ's comments about the timeline here and when we expect to be able to get into some more of a substantive discussion following the week of the meeting, the advisory committee meeting on the 27th. We are hoping to host a town hall, albeit it probably will be virtual just to accommodate things in the current environment. But we are looking for that public interfacing and relaying the details of where we're at to date, doing something with the community towards the end of the month. So be on the lookout for those communications. We're still in a planning phase, if you will, just trying to understand what we can pull off in today's environment. But we do understand and recognize the importance of interacting with the community. That's all I had under Receiver's update. Were there any questions or comments from me?
Just one, Mr. Chairman, Receiver. We appreciate we appreciate your presence here, the receivership here in the City of Chester. And our goal from the very onset was to partner, provide a great partnership. We know there are going to be some challenges and some difficult decisions to be made, but we know working together with you, we can overcome all of those challenges, put our city on a better financial ground. So we appreciate your presence here.
Thank you, Mayor. All right, so we'll move forward to the comment section of the agenda.
Yeah, and just one other thing, Mike, just for the folks at home, do you mind repeating the name of the website again just one more time?
Sure. The website is www.chesterreceivership.com. That's Chester as the city is spelled, receivership. I'm not even going to try to spell that on camera. But take receiver and add the ship at the end, ship.com. chesterreceivership.com. chesterreceivership.com. Thank you for that. I think that came by way of public comments, so thank you for that feedback. All right, so the next section on the agenda is just that public comment or comments of the authority. I will share initially that we received through 12 o'clock today, between last meeting and 12 o'clock today, we received another 12 public comments. That list spreadsheet has been shared with the advisory committee members and is available upon request. The soft copy is also available. From a quick glance, it looks like all of the comments are pertaining to the Chester Water Authority. But I haven't had a chance to dig into them just yet. So again, I'll say thank you for the comments. We do review each one. It's just with keeping the clock or the window open to 12 o'clock, it doesn't allow for much time to review before the start of this meeting. But to the comments that are in front of you, or just comments that you may have received between now, the last meeting and today, does anyone want to address anything in this committee meeting? Hearing none, I guess we'll wrap up the public comments section and just turn it over to general comments of the committee. If any of the committee members, would you like to make a comment for today's meeting?
Actually, Mr. Receiver, this is not a comment, but I just counted, and they are in sort of unanimous about the Sullivan Water Authority. And just like I think the last list was 109.
157.
157, I'm sorry. And they were also the same. And I think this is an additional 12. Just want to add that. Because we broadcast that to the whoever's paying attention to this last time. So we have an additional 12 that poses the self of the Chester Water Authority.
Thank you for that. Yes, and I totally agree. This is another 12 as the original 157. So I guess we're at a total of 169 of comments about the Chester Water Authority. And as stated last week, or last time we met, that case or that potential monetization is in the court system. The receiver's office is not, has not articulated opinion one way or the other about the potential monetization. What the matter before the courts right now is about control of the authority, and who does the authority really belong to, I guess is a way to say it. But as we have several rods in the fire at this point, or several immediate crises that we must address, the Water Authority has not been the top of the list for us to address, as that's in the court process. It has been for a couple years now, and most likely will be tied up in litigation for some time to come. Any other general comments from the advisory committee? All right, hearing none, I guess we'll move for adjournment.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
So moved and seconded. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.